such an asshole.
Hello, children. We have an interesting request. And if you have interesting requests, you can always go to aholeconsulting.com. And I'm going to try to not curse. Get 3 whole videos in a row not cursing. Look at that. Look at that. They might all even be monetizable. Who knows what crazy things could happen. Hi, Aaron. I'm a returning customer, but please keep me anonymous this time. This is my high school reunion graduation. This year, my high school graduation class with more than likely have a reunion. So you must have graduated in like 2012, right? Because with more than likely have me millennial text to voice, voice to text, not make sure read thing through before send Aaron, piss off Gen Xer. Should charge him a lot more. I'm going to read it like he graduated from high school. This is how high school graduates write. I am return customer, but please keep me anonymous this time. This year, my high school graduation class with more than likely have a reunion unless the pandemic heats up again, and I'll be getting an invite. I've attended all of them in the past just as an excuse to get out, even though we didn't have a close class, about 300 that graduated. I had a decent time meeting up with a few people, but it still seemed like we were all back in high school. Really? Was the high school reunion at the high school? Hello, I'm glad I'm sitting down. You're telling me that the high school reunion that you held at the high school you attended, where you reunionized with all the high school students that you went to high school with, the one that you had the reunion at, felt like high school again. No kidding. And like back then, you could tell the old cliques grouped together. Well, yes, because they were friends with those people. The best was when someone who was a pretty popular person was so intoxicated that they urinated their pants. When the event started, they remained there the whole time with their pants wet, laughing out loud. Anyways, what's your opinion on class reunions? Are they really worth attending? Name your price. I always enjoy your videos. Thanks, Anonymous. I said, and then he also asked, have you attended any of yours? No, I haven't. In part because I went to 2 high schools. The one that I attended the majority of my high school career at, they never had them. I think because I'm pretty sure it's because people hated each other so much at that school. There frankly would be a shooting, multiple shoot. Like, wait, I came here to shoot this place up. You can't shoot this place up. There was that much hatred between everyone at that school. That there was no incentive. Even the popular girls who like had nothing else going on in life, that was their peak. They even didn't want to put it together. Those are usually ones that organize it. So I have and then the other one, I don't think they did either. I don't think it was because of hatred or vitriol, but the school I graduated from ultimately my senior year, I think we had 80 people in my class. It was a small school, and most of the people never left that town. So you just go to the local bar. It's your same people. I mean, they never left. So the point of having a reunion was, I think, pointless. Because like, well, let's just go to Fred's place and have ourselves a bonfire, which is fine. Are they really relevant anymore? What would you expect if you attended any? I expect a lot of fat. Did you see the thumbnail? That's what I expect. A bunch of fat girls on the dance floor who are all in their 40s and even don't even have this much jive and beat that I do, because I'm a professional ballroom dancer. And then the one fat bald guy. What kind of people would still like them? People like that was their life. That was the best part of their life, was high school. But I'll be perfectly honest. I think the number one reason you don't have high school reunions anymore is not only because people in the past 2-3 generations who've been brought up have been brought up to be insufferable people. And so you have no incentive to go. But college is now the new high school. In the olden days, you said, oh, high school, you remember these years. These are the best times of your life. Because said low IQ, not thinking people who had nothing going on in life. But that's moved on to colleges. So I think college has taken over where high school once was, not just in an academic and educational capacity, but also social capacity. So you are more likely to have people attend a fraternity or sorority party, reunion, or the class of, what was I? And I was 97. Would I be more likely to attend I wouldn't even go to my college graduation. I would attend a reunion of the guys that work security at UMPD. I would definitely attend that, but that was work. But what kind of people still like that? I mean, you got to be a real loser. I mean, no offense to those of you who enjoy your high school reunions, but like, wow, this is worth going back to, huh? You had that good a time in high school. You were that much of a goody two-shoes and an ass kisser, the teacher's pet, and you thought this prison. I mean, it's really be going back to prison essentially for me. Oh, going back to this prison place where we are forced and compelled to by law to sit here and listen to low IQ morons posing as teachers and deal with the psychopathic BS that all the clicks and the things and the stuff that was going on. Like, I want to go back to this environment. I want to relive this. Like, if you excelled in that environment, you by default cannot function in the real world. And everyone else who was there that like just hated it or wasn't really impressed with it, moved on to other things. It could have even been college, a newer, better thing. I can't imagine why someone would go to a high school reunion. Why? What are you going to relive? You're not even in contact with these people anyway, except on the Facebook and the internet. What would you tell anyone to expect if they were going to go to one? Did you see the picture? Did you see the thumbnail? Expect fat middle-aged women. Like, Thank all I can really think of. You are a millennial, aren't you? What is it? See, I always thought it had to go in increments of 10, but then the vain people start, well, we're going to do it in 5. We'll do it in 5 years. Where are we going to be when we're 23? Living at home still? Huh? Maybe. All right. So class reunions in general. All right, let's just take it down. I'll go through your individual questions. I think they're a waste of time. It's not for a sexy, edgy reason. It's just that you have nothing to do with these people anymore. Maybe in 5 years, you still hang out with some people from high school if they went to college with you. And it's not anything malicious or mean or saucy. It's just life pulls people in different directions. The people I had as great friends 20 years ago are not the people I have as great friends now. It's not because they did anything untowards to me. It's because they got pulled off to the military, or they got pulled off to a corporate career in Dallas. They got pulled off to LA. Some of them died. Some of them, they change. They get fat. They don't want to go out and do anything anymore. Like, hey, don't you remember the time we biked around? We were real thin. We had a grand old time. Do you want to get off your ass and maybe we go do something, huh? No, you're going to sit there. Oh, you're too tired. Oh, people get families. Kids kind of take up a lot. Whether they love their kids or not, the kids take up a lot. So these people are frankly irrelevant to your life. And it's not worth it to me, or let alone I can't have to imagine a fair percentage of people do leave the area you graduated from, and it's a chore to fly back. Like, I'm not flying back to Milwaukee to go see a bunch of, what would it be? I guess it's coming up. What would that be? Would that be the 28, 38, 48? That would be my 30-year reunion. Why the heck do I want to go see all these fat old German sows? Milwaukee is heavily populated by Germans, by the way, in case you were wondering. Oh, yeah, let me go see the fat Lutheran German pigs. Yay. And it's not even like I could totally walk in, like the epitomal American example of the nerd that everybody hated, and only guys bigger than me, because they were tough, would pick on me. Like, I could totally walk in there like, yeah, I'd make more money than most of you, and I'm doing pretty well, and here's my tall, good-looking girlfriend, and I mean, I could do but they're not even worth that. I can see it on Facebook. I mean, if for those of you who are like kind of have that like kind of vengeance kind of thing, it's not, you go on Facebook, look them up. Divorce, 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 divorce. Fat, 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 divorce, divorce. Po, 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 po. I even tried. I won't admit to not being this vain. I even tried to look up some of I didn't look up the bad cat because I knew they're the way they were going to go. I wanted to look up like the straight A, straight laces, A student, like the can't curse, not gonna curse. The squeaky clean A wipes, the Mr. and Mrs. Perfect. I'm like, oh yeah, that guy totally went to Harvard. That guy totally became a surgeon. I can't find anyone. I'm like, did anybody do anything with their life? Anybody? And so you are so far removed from these people, even after the 5-year reunion, like 5 years, you're so far removed from them. And it wasn't such a great experience for most people that for most people, a high school reunion is completely pointless. Completely pointless. Unless you're there like for one-upmanship, but then by that time you don't really care about these people. The only people that should really attend a high school reunion are for those who like that was the best years of your life and the remaining 80% of your life is going to suck and never compare to when whatever you were prom queen or prom king or you're Al Bundy and threw for 3 touchdown quarterback passes, whatever it was. Ooh, you went to state and wrestling. Went to wrestling. That was a big thing in the small town I went to. Wrestling. I made state wrestling. Oh, you rolled around on the mat, which, in fairness, nothing against it. Like, that took some effort. I'm not against athleticism, but me going to state and being able to pin a guy down on a mat, like, you got to think about this now. Think about this long term. That's great if you're like 17. Sure. Or you go to state and you win state football. Absolutely. That's great. If that's your biggest accomplishment, holy Christ, does your life suck? Like, shouldn't you fall in love? And no. Fat, 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 divorce, 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 po. And so, unless you, like, that was your pinnacle, unless you want to, like, relive those days, there's no reason to go there. None. Kind of want to put up a picture of the Breakfast Club for the thumbnail on this one, but and there were some that were a public domain that I could actually use. And then I saw the fat women who are roughly, it looks like they're my age, and they're all like out there dancing. It's like, really? You're 45 or whatever they were, probably 38. And that you decide that's the best use of your time, huh? And you're ugly. And here comes the bald guy with his drink in his hand. Hey, it's 1985 all over again. You guys remember Caddyshack? I guess the conclusion that we could have about high school reunions, it's for lowbrow people. It's for people. It's for the losers. And I'm not saying that because I hated everyone I went to with in high school. I hated everyone I went with. Well, not everyone. Most people. It's not that I'm looking for revenge. It's not that I want to make them feel bad. It's just the truth. Like, high school reunions, really, I like I said, I don't think either of my high schools have them anymore. Because graduating from high school wasn't a big deal. There was no camaraderie. If anything, there was infighting. It's like, let's celebrate getting a release from prison. Who cares? It wasn't a great accomplishment, nor a great environment in high school, and not memorable for the vast majority of people. I don't know why the vast majority of people would want to attend a high school reunion. I have other more important things to do in my life. Yeah, it's so bad. I'd rather read a book, even if I could walk in like, I'm a pretty good looking guy, 46, right? 48, 2 years from now, Cappy's still in the shape that he's in. Right? Making the money. I got my place in South Dakota. I got no kids. I got a good squirreled away, retirement fund. What do? I still hike. Do this, do that. My gorgeous girlfriend, you can introduce me. She's taller than you. Okay, fine. Ooh, yeah. Hey, I remember when you picked on me in the 7th grade. What? Like, no, I look at you now and like, you've been divorced twice. You're overweight and you're bald. I don't, again, karma. I don't have to lift a finger. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. It's like, you take care of that. I'm going to go have fun. And here's the other thing where it would also make those of you that wish to go, like, I'm going to show them. They know who you are. Are you on social media? I'm not, and everybody's social media, I'll admit this, everybody's whatever, Facebook, Instagram is like the best version of that person possible. Heck, people even go to video Photoshop edit. This is why I kind of dress like shit. I still have my pajama bottoms on, by the way, if you were wondering. This is why I just like this is the crappiest I look. Like, oh, did you see clip? Nobody, I don't think anyone from my high schools looks me up. But they're like, look at this piece of crap. Oh my God, he's all in shape. This is the worst I look. I actually, when I was on Fresh and Fit, a bunch of people like, dude, Cappy, you're jacked. I'm like, yeah, because they have the right cameras and angles and lights. What you don't see is this camera shoots from the bottom up. So it looks like I got this big, fat neck cut. But then if you have like a normal camera, and why do I do that? Because I'm lazy. I don't know if you noticed this. I'm lazy. Haven't showered yet today. So when people come in and look at this loser, what the, like, yeah, I don't care. You can think I'm a loser. Because everyone, you could even do this. Like, it's rare. This had to be 3-4 years ago. There was a girl, and she would pay me to dress up. You always dress like crap. Can you put on something? And I would, because she paid me in. I'm a chewer. So I clean up. I put on a nice jacket, a little without the tie. Comb my hair. I could clean up good. But why? What is it? I'm going to press somebody on the internet. And that's about the best way you can do it is my point. Is you don't have to go to your high school reunion to give the proverbial bird to all the dick wipes that were dick wipes back in high school. And trust you me, we've talked about this before, about how karma works. If you're acting like a dickhead in high school, the real world ain't going to tolerate that. And the environment of public school, K through high school, is a completely different environment than the real world. So when you excel in this, frankly, artificial environment that will end, you usually have trouble surviving in the real world. And so when they come out and you're actually succeeding in the real world, they'll find you. They'll see it. You don't have to show up. Like before the internet, yeah, well, maybe if you had that vengeance, but it's not even worth. These people don't even exist. They're not part of your life. And as you get older, I mean, my God, 30 years, I guess my 30-year reunion is coming up. I can't remember a 20th of their names. I can see the faces a little bit. Some people I do remember. I don't give a shit what and neither should you. Because people who are dwelling on high school, that means they're losers. They got nothing else going on in life. Like their current and future life is so bad. They look forward to going back to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years into the past. Holy shit. Forget that. You guys got more important stuff. At least my audience has more important stuff to do. So that's, well, let's go through your specific questions. Have I attended any of mine? No. Are they really relevant anymore? I don't think so. I don't even know if they have. I mean, do you get class rings? Are those even a thing? Jostins would always come in and try and sell us on a $500 ring or whatever. Letter jackets, are those a thing anymore? I don't know. I haven't attended high school in many years. What would you expected if you attended any? The picture that I showed you, fat women. Fat women like, party! What kind of people would still like them? Losers. People who have literally, think about that. How bad is your life that you're like, I'm going to go back and hang out with people I haven't seen in 30 years because it's going to give me nostalgia. I got more important stuff to do. What would you tell anyone to expect if you're going to one? Depression, obesity. I mean, lower your expectations. It's not going to be fun. Boredom, I guess, would be like discomfort. I'd be very discomforted or uncomfortable. What do I talk to you about? Oh yeah, wife, kids, wife, husband, wife. What? Okay, yeah. Oh, did you go to Marquette and major in the dumbass stuff? Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Oh, and then you settled down in Wauwatosa. Oh, that's interesting. Oh yeah, you're still going roller skating there with your kids. Oh, that's interesting. So you're like every freaking body else. Okay, here. I would expect no one. This is going to sound incredibly arrogant, but it's not bragging about me. It's a condemnation of all the normies, conformies, and inferiors. If I were to walk into one, I would fully expect to be the most interesting person in that room. And I'm deadly serious about that. Not like from a psychological perspective, but like, what did you do with your life? Unless there was some surgeon who went and served in Iraq. I'm going to tip my hat to that person. All right, but I would fully expect to walk in. I'm like, yeah, you all bore me. I'm going back to my internet buddies. See ya, bye. So what would you tell anyone to expect? Yeah, expect boredom. Expect nothing. I just would not attend. There'd be no reason. All right, there we go. Any super chats? Wow, 107. Not super chat. God, that would be a great day. 107 super chats. And that day, Cappy retired. 1040. I'm doing the math, making sure I didn't miss any. Christoph Anon, $5. Only show up if you are now wealthy and tend to mock everyone. I wouldn't. It doesn't matter if you're wealthy or not. If you want to go. I mean, I guess go to your tenure to see how things don't end up. Like, the people that were championed to be the best and the most successful are not. There's no correlation to what your teachers or your parents or the education system said there was going to be. And I wouldn't even mock anyone. If anything, if I'd show up, I would just shut the F up. I'd just be there with my cocktail and like, oh, hey, how you doing? I maybe say hi to some of my old buddies, some key ones that I would remember, like, oh yeah. I'd like, look, I'd hunt down the ones that tormented me. Like, oh yeah, what are you doing now? And I'd ask them like, oh yeah. Oh, divorced twice, huh? Oh, you're running a vacuum shop. That's interesting. What I mean, oh, nothing. Just, getting by. I won't even tell people what I did. And I do my 15 minutes, find out all the key people. I'm like, yep, their lives suck. I'm getting out of here. And I hop on a plane and go somewhere else. Oh, competent man, $2. No, I sent word I was dead after 10 years. Bravo, competent man. Bravo. I sent word I was dead for a 10-year reunion. That's great. Hey, everybody, let's follow the just send word you're dead. That would be great. That'd be great. You're dead. Oh, here we go. Right here. Polk High football champ. Exactly. Any of you who know Married with Children. Alex Patino, $10. I'm kind of curious, Alex. Did you go to school in Mexico or in the United States for high school? I mean, as a rule, if you still chat with mostly everyone on Facebook, then go. If not, why bother? I didn't go to my 10-year. Okay, so you did go to high school in the U.S. I didn't go to my 10-year, but only 6 of the 76 joined the military. I would go see those guys. Everyone else, why bother? Exactly. Okay, and I presume, Alex, if I were to if there were to be a reunion of your squad or your regiment, you'd probably more gleefully attend that than you would high school. Shannon Spiderweb, $2. Hey, Cappy, did Myron make you buy that sweat? No, I stole it from him. Look, okay, I'll tell you guys. I'll clear this out so you guys can see the fresh and fit. I stole this. I stole this fair and square. The quarter Jewish blood in me said, I bet you I can make off with that shirt for free and schnugger it out of fresh and fit. And I did, because they weren't paying attention. I did the old, man, it's chilly up here. We're in Miami. Man, a little cold here. I'm from Minnesota. Oh, it's chilly up here. You got a sweatshirt? Yeah, I got a sweatshirt. Give me a sweatshirt. And what's great is it's dark and the studio is lit, obviously, but to make sure the studio stays lit and is not obscured by ambient lighting, I guess would be the rest of it's dark. So once you get past the studio, they can't see what I'm wearing. So I just made off with it. So no, I endorse Fresh and Fit. I just got a free sweater. This is usually the one that's on top of my clean pile. It's getting a little warmer in Minnesota now, so that brown fleece that I got from Vince over at Masculine Geeks, that's been retired. This is just a good morning sweater because it's still like 40, 45 degrees in the morning. Not in the house, but, you know, it's just, no, it's a great sweater. I like it. Every guy needs a black hooded sweatshirt. Every guy. Every guy. And they did not make me buy it. I stole it. Fair and square. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Am I caught up with everything? You guys see Cruella? They're making, Disney is so out of ideas. They're going to make a movie about Cruella. Who's this schmo? Okay, Jack, just tell me how I give you mod. Do I got to go into YouTube and do it? Hit me up later. We're going to do this later. Lev. Oh, gosh. Is this Modern Life Dating? Is it really Modern Life Dating? All right, Lev, $5 Canadian. Cappy high school reunions are done at a time when the girls are at their epiphany phase and the guys are the betas in waiting. Done at the time when girls are at their epiphany phase, guys are the beta. Yeah, good observation, Lev. You're right. 28. That's the girls are in the epiphany phase and the guys are like not even aware. They're not cognizant of the power of the dark side. That is I didn't think about the timing of that, but you're right. Your 10-year is about right there. Alex Patino, $5. Cappy, the most interesting man in the world. I don't always cuss, but when I do, I rip a new a-hole on dumbass. I haven't gone on a real rant or tirade recently. Yes, them. Alex again for $2. I went mostly to the U.S. North Summit High School. Where's Colville, Utah? Colville, Utah. You ever eat at Alvaro's in St. George? Okay, you're along 80. It's a southern suburb of Salt Lake. Where is Colville? Holy cow, this looks like a small town. Echo. Wow, you were in the middle of nowhere, man. There's Salt Lake. Oh, yeah, you're right off. Right off of 80. Okay. Aren't there some ski hills out in your area or wherever you went to? Okay, yeah, United One. Is that Kings Mountain? Kings Peak. All right, Kings Peak is to the east of you. Boy, that looks like there's nothing there. You're not close enough to the city. Yeah, and you're still way too far away from Alvaro's St. George. Competent man, $5. You bore me. Francisco de Corna in Atlas shrugged to James Taggart when asked why he would not meet with him after mine investment disaster. Competent man, you're more read and educated than I am on that. I have not read Atlas Shrugged. No, John, I don't know how to do it because it's so rare I have to do it. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. See you guys later, Toodles.